Welcome back, guys, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be doing a real relaxed style video. Not too much organization to this one. I'm just sitting on my laptop. We're going to go over Halloween Horror Nights updates, which there seems to be a lot, so let's get into it. But you already know me, so if we're going to get into a video, I first got to break it down for you. If you haven't been on this channel before, we cover everything from horror, theme parks, travel, and much more. So if that's your thing, consider subscribing. Also browse my channel, check out the content, like, comment, subscribe. All the support that you give me means a lot. Every little bit counts. But on that note, let's get into the video. All right, so first things first, from an update perspective, most of y'all will probably know. Let's pull up Halloween Horror Nights. Of course, it's saved. Pre-fills itself. This is my new baby, my new laptop, my new MacBook Pro. Love this thing. So I'm pulling up the Halloween Horror Nights Orlando website, which says Halloween Horror Nights 2020, surprisingly, which most people have been calling Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando 30 and Halloween Horror Nights in California or Hollywood 2020, but the URL here will tell you different. Now, I don't know why this keeps happening to me, and I was talking with my group of friends that also do YouTube, and for whatever reason, the buy one get one is still popping up on my internet. For whatever reason, I guess cookies or something have saved it, and it's still there. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to, here, I'm gonna actually screen capture this. It's like shift command and then, where is it? I forget how you capture the screen, but I will. So basically, first things first is this should be gone. So the buy one get one is no longer an option. And as far as event extras, right now on the website, doesn't look like there's anything as far as event extras go. And then when it comes down to the pass holder portion, annual pass holder, it doesn't look like there's been any updates as well. As far as packages, hotel packages, you still got the hotel offer, which is $124 per night. But now that the buy one get one is gone, I'm not sure how they're doing that. It's interesting. If you look at the calendar still looks the same. The event is starting on September 10th and running all the way to November 1st. And I think this is the first time that it's running basically for the majority of the event Wednesday through Sunday. So only 2 days a week will Halloween Horror Nights be closed, which is interesting. I mean, typically it's like some weeks will be Thursday to Sunday, but the majority of the weeks will be Friday through Sunday. Now, the next piece of updates that we have at Halloween Horror Nights is, let's pull up Twitter, because there's been a lot of tweets around it, and let's pull up IG as well, Instagram. For those of you who don't follow me already, Edutainment1 on Instagram, and I've been trying to be a lot more active on there, trying to grow my following on Instagram. My Twitter, I am over 200, but my Instagram, I haven't even hit 100 yet. So if you have the time, hit me up on Instagram. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm just pulling up Twitter and Instagram really quick. The next piece of information that has been circling around is the facade over at the Tribute Store. The Halloween Horror Nights Tribute Store last year was probably one of my favorite stores that I've walked through at the event before, at least to my memory. There could have been other ones. Pulling up my profile right now because I know that I posted a few things about it. Yeah, and first and foremost, there was a facade that was updated, or a skeleton of a facade, and now there's a clear facade that's been presented, and it's like this stone structure with kind of this cathedral type of topping, and I'll put a picture here. And then on the side, when they first presented it, it had very little, but now it has like a bunch of like wooden planks and wooden boards, and it looks like tops of like Tesla coils and things like that. So it gives me a vibe of like Frankenstein, Universal Monsters. A lot of people have been commenting that the top cathedral portion that kind of has like a clover type of cutout is from the Beetlejuice old stage. I'm not too sure about that. I did see a picture of it, and it seemed like there was a shape like that, but not to this size. This wasn't to scale. So if this is like a blown up portion of it, quite possibly. But there's also those like red drapes all over the place that are like torn and tattered. They say that that's also something from Beetlejuice. But really, to me, not knowing too much about Beetlejuice back in the day at Universal Studios and his stage show, I haven't done too much research to see it. I've only seen a few pictures, and I see what they're talking about. But there's more aiming towards classic monsters. It seems more classic monsters inspired to me than it is anything else. And if you look closely, it looks like there's like Tesla coil tops. Like if you see, like, you know, when Frankenstein's is brought to life, or Frankenstein's monster is brought to life, they have like those kind of like the ball tops with like the swirling coils, and the electricity goes in between it. There's a couple of those built into the side columns. Also, there's a unique little box in the front, which I don't know what that's going to be, but that's also been decorated as well. It's interesting. There's also rumors that it's going to be opening this Friday. So I'm filming this on Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. So it could potentially be opening tomorrow, like a soft opening. Now, what that leads people to think is that there's going to be a grand announcement. The facade was visible yesterday. Okay, so Wednesday. And what's the date? I think today is like the 20 something. I don't know. Where's the calendar? Let's see. Open time and dates. Okay, yeah. So yesterday was the 22nd, and is when we first saw the facade, and everybody started hearing rumors. Well, that's when we first saw the facade was built out. I think the 21st we saw the skeleton. 22nd, boom, there's a facade built out, and then we start hearing rumors that the cast members around the entrance are saying that the store will have a soft opening, or an opening of sorts, on Friday. Okay, so that led everybody to believe that today we would have an announcement. Right now it is 7:20 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm on the East Coast where the event will be held, and no announcement. Everybody's really disappointed. There's been a couple tweets out there that we'll get to in just a second, but it still leaves the possibility that tomorrow this store can open. And what that leads people to believe, or the reason why that led people to believe that there would be an announcement, was because if the store opens, typically like last year, the store gives away a lot of what's occurring in the event, because the merchandise that they're selling, as well as if there's themed rooms. Last year there was a Ghostbuster themed room, there was a Classic Monsters themed room, and there was also a Stranger Things themed room, and several other themes along the way as well. So this store opening before an announcement can be a potential huge spoiler, and in a way that we don't like it. We'd rather get spoiled by getting everything all at once, but through some cool announcement, than walking into the store and having to figure it out, or somebody filming it for us, because some people aren't in Orlando and aren't able to witness the store in person, and having to see it that way. That would probably suck. So the potential of this store opening up tomorrow is still there. So if the store opens up tomorrow, another rumor or speculation out there is that if it opens up on the 24th, which is this coming Friday, tomorrow, it's going to open up in phases. So maybe we'll have a room that opens up with just the merchandise that has been released, which we'll talk about that as well. Or it's just going to be like a very limited opening. I don't know. I don't know exactly how they would pull that off. Typically, you could go through the whole entire thing and pop out the end on another end. Maybe there's an entrance, you come in and you go out the same entrance, and you don't get to see the whole entire tribute store in its full glory on the 24th. It opens up slowly. I know one thing though. Shout out to SoCal Exploring, Scott and Adrian from Lost TV. Those guys will probably be there next week, and if it has opened, we'll probably be getting some great content from them. Now next, we have the Universal Studios Twitter, or Universal Studios Orlando Resort, or Universal Orlando's Resort, whatever their Twitter handle is responding to some people. There was a few people that basically were basically being as dramatic as possibly as you can be and saying, oh, RIP Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando Resort. And Universal Orlando Resort actually responded and said something that's getting a little old to some, but at least it's a little encouraging. And what they said was that we will have updates very soon. Or maybe they didn't say very. Maybe they just said we'll have updates soon. Something that a lot of people are getting tired of hearing. I myself do find it a little bit annoying because I'd rather have a specific date than soon. Soon is ambiguous, and it's up to a person's perception as far as like what soon is. My definition of soon may be completely different than your definition of soon. But we've been waiting for a really long time. Still no announcement. But as of today, a few hours ago, we heard Universal say via tweet, and it's their official Twitter, that there will be announcements and updates on the Halloween Horror Nights event very soon. All right, so next we're going on Facebook. I also do have Facebook for the Edutainment channel. If you haven't seen it, just search Edutainment on Facebook. I think it's Edutainment, or are you Edutained? I'm sure if you search Edutainment, you'll find it. If you know the logo, because you're watching this channel, it's a very easy logo to locate. But one individual that I follow on Facebook, great source, great friend of the channel, is Halloween Horror Nights Crypt. So let's pull those guys up because they always have great posts. And he recently posted the merch. Let's see, where is it? Alrighty, so for those of you who may have seen or may not have seen, Universal Studios released the merchandise for Halloween Horror Nights 30. On the sleeve, and I believe it is the right sleeve unless the image is reverse, it says 30 years, 30 fears on all the sleeves, and I believe on all the merchandise in some way or another. They released some pretty cool merchandise. If you go to the website, like I said, I'm going through Halloween Horror Nights Crypt because I didn't have the website saved. Halloween Horror Nights Crypt is a great website for Halloween Horror Nights information. They have all the history of the years, the icons, the houses, the backstories on Cary, Ohio, and all these other things. So if you haven't checked them out already, you probably have. If you're watching my channel, you probably checked them out before you checked me out. They're much larger, but great friends of the channel, like I said, so make sure to go check those guys out. Yeah, so they have now the updated merch up on the website. And this came out a few days ago. It was a surprise for people to see that the merch had come out, and what we got was retro merch. So we got some posters, we got some socks, we got some pins, we got some shirts. And all the shirts have retro versions, or shirts that were offered at Halloween Horror Nights prior, but now they're retrofitted to our event. And how they retrofitted them is basically utilizing the same exact image, but adding that patch on the arm that says 30 years, 30 fears. We have the retro pumpkins adult shirt for Horror Nights, which is the one with the chainsaw going through the pumpkin. We have the Horror Nights, I believe 9 in 1999, the one with the mummy on it, and as well as Horror Nights 10 in 2000, that retro shirt with Jack on it. And then I believe we have a sock to match each one of them, as well as a poster to match each one of them, and a pin to match each one of them. The one that is interesting and funny is the Universal Monsters Fright Night shirt. Fright Night, for those of you who don't know, is the original name of the event, and it was only named that for 1 year, which was the first year, and it was called Fright Nights. and then the next year it was called Halloween Horror Nights 2. Okay, and then from there, Halloween Horror Nights 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it didn't mess up the numerical order, even though it was a different name. But the funny thing was, they had originally printed the incorrect year. They had put Fright Nights 1990, which in retrospect, I can understand how they can make that mistake because we're in 2020, so 30 years ago would be 1990. But that is not actually when the event opened up. It is actually 1991, so that some people actually received that merchandise, which kudos to those people. That's going to be a pretty cool piece of merchandise to keep. Things that are misprinted tend to have some value if they are limited. Like if you find currency, I work in banking, if you find currency with either the print shifted or misprinted, like a $20 bill with the wrong president on it, it tends to be actually more valuable than what the face amount says. So this merchandise may do the same or it may not. I actually wish I would have gotten one of the ones that are misprinted and then gotten one of the ones with the correct print, but now the website has been updated with the correct print, and I'll be adding the merch somewhere on the screen so you guys could see it. And then I'll put down also in the description of the video, I'll put a link to this, so in case you're looking at purchasing some of this, it's not affiliated. I'm just putting it down there so you guys can conveniently locate it and don't have to go through a friend's Facebook page to find the link. Now, we have a lot of information, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this style of video. I actually enjoyed doing this way, just chilling on my laptop, talking to the camera. It's like I'm actually talking to an individual, and hopefully you guys could comment down below and give me some feedback as far as what you thought, what you're thinking of the event. The great thing is it looks like Halloween Horror Nights 30 or 2020, whatever you want to call it, this anniversary year is well on its way. There's a lot of signs indicating that it's moving forward. Unlike in Hollywood, I mean, I want to be completely positive. I actually think that there's a chance that Hollywood will happen. A lot of people are saying that it won't, and there's a lot of signs indicating that it won't because Hollywood has been deconstructing some of their mazes, which could be that that particular IP pulled out. They changed the plan around, and they're going to address Halloween Horror Nights differently. But some people are thinking that that's an indication that it's not going to happen. I'm holding my breath and saying, hopefully it does happen, so both our brothers on the west, as well as our brothers on the east, like myself, get to enjoy the event. If not, everybody on the west, get yourself a plane ticket. They're super cheap right now. Just wear your mask. Make sure you go with an airline that keeps you socially distanced, and get your... I wasn't going to curse, but get your ass over to Orlando, man. Orlando's amazing. But, yeah, we got a lot of stuff. We got the merch. We got the facade for the... I was about to say tour store. The tribute store. We also got the Twitter for Universal saying that we will be getting something soon. That word that we love so much. And that's about it. I mean, there's also construction going on around the park. No clear images of what the construction is, but there's also the speculation as to what it's going to be. We could already speculate off of the merchandise that there possibly is going to be something retro there, and there's possibly going to be something Universal Monsters. Good chance. A lot of people are also indicating from the facade of the tribute store that Beetlejuice is going to be at the event in some capacity, which I think is a good chance, and a lot of the speculation and rumors going around would support that. And then, last but not least, well, I'm not going to say last but not least because there's actually more stuff, but we'll cut the video off after this. Billie Eilish. Everybody seems to think that that's a done deal. Billie Eilish is coming. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for coming along with me and chilling with me on my laptop. I appreciate you guys greatly. Thank you so much for all the support. My channel's been growing greatly. I actually wanted to grow a little bit faster, but it is what it is. Slow and steady wins the race. Click that little bell icon to stay tuned for any additional videos that I put out. Subscribe to the channel to show your support. Every little bit counts. Comment down below. Let's start a conversation. we're getting real close to getting some information, but it's always fun to speculate and do some rumors. Take all this information with a grain of salt. I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but whatever. And last but not least, peeps, don't forget to ask yourself, have you been edutained?